Hey there folks, this is Sarah, your socially awkward seller, coming to you with my first haul video in quite some time. Oh, I've been shopping. Don't think I haven't been shopping. But I thought today I would share with you the things that I bought. Most of the things that I bought. I did not research before I bought them because I didn't want to. Or I just was trying to get things in the cart. So I spent $77 today. A few of those things went to Holly. That's like, you know, my price for taking her with me, but she always finds me good stuff. And she found me good stuff today too. So basically I go through where I want to go through and she scouts the store and brings stuff back to me to put in the cart. So this is one of the first things that I picked up. This is a Rainbird Micro Spray Flower Bed Watering Kit. I paid $3.50 for it. It's new. It's been opened, and the box has a little damage. There are none listed that I can find on eBay, but there is a recent sold, and it sold for about $50. I will double check to make sure that that is complete, and then I will get that listed. If it is complete, I probably will list it at $50. Just because there aren't any other ones there. I picked this up for $5, and no, it is not Tinker Toys for adults. This is actually a vintage 80s, maybe 90s, no, vintage 80s into 90s embroidery stand. So it has the instruction sheet with it, and this one is pretty well made. I paid $5 for it, and I probably will list this somewhere in the $30 to $40 range. Picked up this set of CDs. This is Spanish Level 1. It's called Behind the Wheel because they want you to learn Spanish as you drive. So you can curse other drivers in more than one language. Assuming you only know one language to begin with. So I paid $1 for that. I don't know what that'll sell for, but I'm fairly certain it will sell. I picked up these. I think these are like home interior. They look like home interior. And I paid 50 cents each for those. Those will go in a pair, and I don't know. They may only sell for about $10. This is an Avon spa kit, Planet Spa, and it's got... It does not look like it's been used at all. I paid $1.50 for it, and I wasn't really interested in the kit per se. But it does have this tub in it that I think sells pretty well. And this African Shea Butter Calming Moisture Mask. Sounds fancy. I will probably sell it as a kit. But I'm thinking I will list this somewhere in the $20 range. I will have to double check. Maybe $25. But again, I paid $1.50 for that. So I picked these up. I paid 50 cents for them. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to open the packaging to be able to take pictures. But you remember those touch lamps that were like in the 80s and into the early 90s? That you could touch to adjust how bright they were and turn them off. These are the glass panels for one of those. It's for a smaller one, I think. And it's new in the packaging. Of course, I don't know what the pattern is, so I'm going to have to, again, open it to take pictures. And I'm trying to decide, do I list them separately, or do I list them all as a group? And I think I may just list them as a group. Someone that's replacing needs to replace a panel in their lamp can just replace all the panels in their lamp, unless that happens to be their pattern. So again, 50 cents for that. I paid 50 cents for this as well. Blue was 50 cents today. And this is, I think, another kind of either quilting frame, like a small quilting frame that you would quilt like one block in. I'm not sure because I don't know. I didn't put it together yet. or it may be an embroidery frame. Either way, at 50 cents, I will do fine with that because I said so. Pick this up for 50 cents. And this is a Canon printer drawer. I'll just have to figure out which one it is. Maybe it will have a part number on it. It's given me some clues here with some numbers at the bottom. So it may not be worth a whole lot, maybe 10 bucks or something. But if somebody offered me $10 for my 50 cents, and even after, you know, taxes, I only got $7, I would trade you 50 cents for $7. Call me crazy. So, and this will be an easy list kind of thing. Why am I justifying to you? You don't care what I sell or how I sell it. This is a Williams Sonoma hot chocolate maker. It's one of the ones that has the little frother in it. $1.50 for this. It probably won't sell for a while, but I am right now stocking up on hot chocolate makers and cookie presses, because last year, in starting in October, but really in November and into early December, I sold, I think, 6 or 7 Cocoa Motions and Cocoa Lattes for between $25 and $35 each. And I have not bought this particular kind that is not electric. But I know that they will sell, and I know that this one will sell. And then the cookie presses, people just aren't buying them at the thrift store right now. These things either. So I can usually snatch them up pretty cheaply. I have enough super shooters around here that I can piece together one if I buy one with missing parts. So, and those, I mean, those will sell November and early December because people are doing their cookie, what are they called? Cookie swaps? You know what I'm talking about, where they go and exchange, like trade cookies. Yeah, I think it's called a cookie swap. But clearly I don't do them. But last year I used a cookie press for the very first time, and it was so much easier than I thought. And the cookies, oh my heavens, those were some delicious, like buttery, you know the cookies, okay, you know the cookies in the little dance blue tin? They're like that, only they're not as crispy, like they're soft. Beautiful cookies. Okay, enough. Clearly I'm on a diet and haven't had a cookie for a while. I picked up a couple of rolls of wallpaper, and this is one of them. Kind of a primitive, artsy, stylistic farmland kind of thing. Paid 50 cents for this. $7 to $10. You know, it's better if you have more than one roll, but sometimes you just don't get more than one roll. This is another kind of Americana sort of thing. 50 cents for this as well. Again, another $7 to $10. And then this one I have sold before. Paid 50 cents for this as well. And this is lighthouses, and it tells you where this lighthouse is located. This one is probably closer to $10 if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. Pick this bag of goodies up. It says on the package, retro curtains and fabric. I paid $5 for it. Well, it's really not retro. It's really vintage. Because retro is made, you know, in the modern times, but looks vintage. So these are the curtains, and they're actually, I think they're homemade. Well, I'm sure they're homemade. And they're actually really well done. Like this person that was making these curtains, I don't know what I'm doing here. It hangs like this. I'm not sure why it's got the, unless that's where, ooh, is that what they did? Like, is this where the curtain rod, the bracket goes? I don't know. I'm very confused by this. But anyway, they lined the back of it, which I would never do, because I'm like, who sees the back of my curtains? People outside, don't care. But there's a couple of these panels. I think probably several of those panels in here. There's two, quite a few of those panels. And then there are, there's some scrap fabric that I, honestly, somebody could do tiebacks with if they wanted to. I have to look and see how many curtains there are on here. I just know that I will be getting my money back on these without any hesitation. And I've got friends, I know it's hard to believe, but I do have friends that sell linens and do really, really well. Actually, I have two friends. And they're two friends that I've met because of my YouTube channel. You know, they pick up vintage linens and sometimes not vintage linens, and they do well with linens. I hate photographing linens, so like I don't want to put a bedspread on my bed and take a picture. I don't want to do sheets, but I will occasionally buy them. But curtains, that's different. It's curtains for me. All right, enough of that spiel. Let's move on. I got this gigantic Marvin the Martian mug. This is by Sakura. It's from 1995, so it's 15 years old. It's in really good shape, and the colors are so bright still. I don't know what this is worth, but I paid 50 cents for it in some Marvin the Martian nut. And I do mean nut. No, I'm kidding. We'll definitely want that. So this is from the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. And this is called Climate Change. So it's a really cool mug. And it was suggested to me that the light blue areas disappear when you put something hot in here. And I'm going to test that. I paid 50 cents for this. I have no idea what it's worth. If it's not worth anything to someone else, I'll keep it because I think it's like really cool. But, you know, what do I know? I paid $4.50 for this lot of about probably 2 dozen pieces of Oneida. And this one is like an atomic fireburst, atomic star, starburst, sunburst, whatever you want to call it, pattern. That'll do okay. And then I paid $2.50 for this lot of about 12 pieces. And I recognize this pattern because after you do this for a while, you start to. And I believe this is Bancroft. I say I believe because the flatware manufacturers will make the tiniest little difference and between one pattern and another, and then it's hard to really remember if this one is that one or this one. So, but I'll do okay with that as well. I picked up these two Starbucks mugs. These are, let's see if I can find a date. 2007. I paid 50 cents each for those. Again, I don't know if they're worth anything because I didn't look. I picked up 3 cross stitch. I paid $1.20 or $2.25 for this one, which is like a baby announcement. This one, which I think is adorable. I mean, come on. You gotta love that. And this third one I paid 75 cents for, and it's a vintage one. And it is the insert for an ashtray. So that's an interesting one. Because you got to be devoted to cross-stitch your ashtrays. I mean, that's another level of smoker right there. And I was never that level of smoker. I'm glad I quit, but yeah, I was never that dedicated. This is a Holly This is a Holly Hobby cross-stitch pattern, and it was taped shut, and it was taped shut at the bottom, so I thought it was new. It is not new. I hope that everything's in there, but, you know, I don't know that it is. I'll have to take it all apart and make sure it's got all of the different yarns in it. I paid 50 cents for this, so, you know, if it's not, it's no huge loss, but it is disappointing. But it's my fault. I'll take the blame because I didn't fully, you know, look at it. So, yeah. I'd like to be the person that fully inspects everything and is careful and never makes those mistakes, but I will never be that person because it's not how my brain works. Basically, it doesn't work at all. I got this Igloo Insulated Bag. I paid $3 for it. It's super duper nice. And I'm thinking, although I don't do things where I need a cooler often, I think I'm going to keep this one because it'd be great for the zoo. And I got a zoo membership, so I'll probably be going. And if I'm only taking one grandchild, the smaller version. This one I paid $2 for. The big one I paid $3 for. So I got this shelf, and it is essentially 5 of these pieces, and they interlock. So you've got 2 that go down this way and 3 that go across. I paid $2.50 for it. This one does have a little hickey on it, but I don't know if it's worth anything. It may just, you know, go on a wall somewhere. Who knows? And then I bought 2 food processors. This one, which is a Hamilton Beach. And even though that is not the highest, like, quality model that you can buy these all day long at Walmart. Excuse me. But, you know, people are trending with wanting to just replace the part that they need instead of buying a new blender, which I'm happy about that trend on many levels because, you know, it saves theirs from the landfill. Even though I'll throw this one in probably. And it makes me money. So, I figure with an assembly like this, it is generally, could be more, but it's generally an average of $30 if I sell it separately. Like if I part it out. I'll sell the lid, the bowl, and the blade separately. And usually I can get 30 to 40, usually 40. Even on a cheap one like this. Even when the blender, or the food processor itself only costs $40, people will buy the parts to repair theirs. And then I bought this one, and this is a Black & Decker Power Pro 2. I have sold this before. This bowl will sell for about $20 or $25. Then in here I've got the dough blade, the chopping blade, and the shred blade. These seem to be the blade that sells the not as often, but I still list them. So that blade will probably bring $15. The lid on this one, okay, so the lid on this one fell off the cart somehow. And when I picked it up and looked at it, it was cracked. I don't know if I cracked it or if it was already cracked, but it doesn't matter because it's broken now. But for my $5 investment, I would still make my $40 out of this. And I'm hoping to someday, put together some reference material to help figure out which parts go on which parts are interchangeable on which machines. That may take years. It'd be nice if I could come across some like manufacturers part books. You know, like you would go into an appliance store and ask them for this part, and then they could look it up. Usually it'll tell you everything that it fits on. You know, like back in the day, before computers, means computer, but before, you know, when you go into an auto parts place and they had those big like catalogs, and you would say, I've got a 1988 Ford Escort, and they would look up the part that you need so they could go pull it off the shelf. But why are we walking down memory lane? I really don't know. So I bought the cutest thing, and funny story, I was going to buy it anyway, like my mind had been made, and it had a $5 price tag on it. Well, the lady that works there was putting things out on the shelf, and she goes, you know, she saw me look at it, and she goes, what is that? And I'm like, well, it's this little kit, little set from, excuse me. It's this little set from Home and Garden Party Limited. And it's this condiment set that looks like little barbecue grills with the little spreaders. So, it was $5, and she goes, oh, that's too much for that. Let me go in the back and get another price tag. So I'm like, Holly, put that in the cart. And she came back with a price tag that said $2.50. So we bought it for $2.50. I think I'm going to put this up for $60. Because it's not just this. There are 3 of these. And then there's a little black metal kind of stand. You know, that's wire. And it's, I don't know what design it's got on the sides because I can't see. But yeah, so there's 3 spreaders and 3 of these little barbecue grill looking dishes. So cute. These are brand new in the box. And we'll just see what somebody will offer me for these. If you know somebody that wants to offer me something for these, just let me know. Because these are so cute. That little spreaders. So cute. Right, let's get that out of the way. Bought Stitch here. He's the cutest little thing. About 9 inches tall. And I paid 50 cents for him. I'll be listing him, I think, around $8 to $10. I mean, I'm not going to make a fortune, but I'll do okay. The last thing that I got was this mug vac. And it is, that's fun to say, isn't it? Mug vac. Anyway, it is like a pool vac, a small one. These are attachments for it. And this is very, very used. But the parts hunter in me said that somebody might want this for parts. So I paid $2.50 for it. I'll do some research. I have to make sure, because it's got this hose, I have to make sure it's not like dry rotted or something. But I'm going to list that for whatever I can get for it. But yeah, there we go. Oh, let me show you my last little thing. I think this is the last thing. It's adorable. It's a little bent. I'll have to fix it. But it's a little candlestick, and it holds matches. A little book of matches. It's adorable. I paid 50 cents for this, and it's made in Korea. It's brass, and I don't know what it's worth, but it's so cute. Okay, I'll get over it. And it looks like somebody has like actually used it. Like they walked around their house like they're in pole dark or something. Well, in the dark, maybe not in pole dark. I don't know. Do you watch Pole Dark? I love me some Pole Dark. Anyway, that's all I got. I will try to continue to make videos, but I will never promise anything because I'm a little unstable. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I got. $77, and I have a couple $100 worth of inventory to list. So that makes me happy. You guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And leave a comment. I always try to reply to everybody. So let's open a dialogue. Not that big a dialogue. Just leave a little comment. Anyway, Just remember that the dream works when you do, so keep dreaming, keep working. I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.